afternoon.
Hi, I was trying to call to see if we could find help because I saw online a social media star who lives in California area, significantly abusing her child, and we're trying to get someone to do a well-being check on the child because the videos that were online are very concerning.
Okay, do you know where this person lives?
She lives in California. I'm from Florida, but it was very concerning, the videos I saw.
Okay, but where at in California?
I'm not sure if it's Los Angeles. I'm not sure. I just know her name. And
Okay, yeah. We need something, man. I mean, do you have a name and a date of birth?
from what I knew, her name is Chrisean Malone. CRISEAN March, I think 12 through 2002. I'm not sure, but I know her first and last name is Chrisean Malone.
Okay, so, and how do you know this person?
She's on TikTok. She posts on TikTok a lot, and I follow her. And me and a few other people saw a video of her, like letting her child choke and basically suffocate while she shoved cough syrup, an adult medication, which we saw the label for adult, down his throat.
Okay, how do you spell her first name?
Chrisean, CRISEAN.
SEPRISEAN.
Yes, like Chris, CHRISEAN.
Okay. And what's her name?
Her last name is MALONE.
Right, and her date of birth?
It should be March 12, 2002 or 2000, if I'm not mistaken. She's been arrested in California before.
Yeah, that doesn't help us at all. I need something I can run her on. I can't. Hold on, I'll give him a second.
Excuse me?
I'll send it to my partner.
Okay.
Okay, and is she black, white, or Hispanic?
She's black.
Tattoos.
Yes, she has a tattoo on her face of a man face named Blueface, and she just have like a bunch of tattoos, but I know one specifically on her cheek. She has a big tattoo of a face of a guy.
Does she have any on her neck?
Yeah, she has like a throat or neck tattoo, but I'm not sure exactly what it is because it's really hard to tell.
Okay, I found her. Let me see where she's at.
I see this abandoning Sunny. I'm definitely not abandoning Sunny, guys. Definitely not abandoning Sunny. It's my son. I love him. And can't wait to see him again. Alright? So cut that out. When his mom decides that, it'll happen. But I ain't chasing after none of that. Hell no, Trap.
Chaos erupted online after Chrisean Rock's son, Chrisean Jr., took a tumble during an Instagram live, sparking a tidal wave of viewer outrage and calls to CPS. With some fans even claiming authorities were alerted amid fears for the child's safety. Rumors and clips of the incident flooded social platforms, intensifying scrutiny of Chrisean's parenting amid her ongoing public struggles. In the midst of the uproar, Blueface didn't hold back. He blasted baby mama Jaidyn Alexis, accusing her of not having his back and dragging her in a flurry of posts. while also putting Stunna, presumably a friend associate, on notice to step up or face consequences. The rapper's fiery reactions have only fanned the flames of debate, with fans polarized between defending the parents and calling for intervention to protect Junior single quotes well-being. What started as a regular social media live quickly turned into one of the most disturbing and controversial moments yet in the ongoing Chrisean Rock and Blueface saga. In a matter of seconds, a brief incident involving Chrisean Rock's son, Chrisean Jr., sent shockwaves across the internet, igniting outrage, fear, and intense debate about parenting accountability. And when public concern crosses the line into intervention during a live broadcast, viewers noticed Chrisean Jr. appear to fall suddenly while on camera. The clip spread rapidly across platforms, reposted, slowed down, zoomed in, and dissected frame by frame. While the exact severity of the fall remains unclear, the reaction was immediate and explosive. Comment sections filled with alarmed viewers demanding answers, calling the situation dangerous and questioning why the child appeared unsupervised at that moment. Almost instantly, rumors began circulating that Child Protective Services (CPS) had been contacted. Some viewers openly claimed they had reported the incident themselves, while others insisted authorities were already on the way. Though no official confirmation was released at the time, the mere mention of CPS escalated the situation, from online drama to something far more serious. This wasn't just another viral clip, it became a symbol for everything. Critics have accused Chrisean of, over the past year, instability, poor decision-making, and prioritizing social media over her child's safety. Supporters, however, pushed back hard, arguing that accidents happen to parents everywhere and that the internet was unfairly criminalizing a split-second moment. But context matters, and Chrisean's history made this moment hit harder. For months, Chrisean Rock has faced relentless scrutiny over her parenting choices, lifestyle, and mental health, from controversial live streams to heated public arguments and emotional breakdowns. Many viewers already believed she was under a microscope. So when this live incident happened, critics saw it not as an isolated accident, but as confirmation of their worst fears. As clips continued circulating, the narrative shifted rapidly. It was no longer just about a fall. It became about patterns. Viewers revisited older videos, past arguments, and previous accusations, stacking moments together to paint a larger picture. Whether fair or not, public opinion began tilting toward intervention rather than sympathy. And then Blueface entered the conversation, known for never staying silent when controversy surrounds his family. Blueface took to social media shortly after the backlash erupted. Instead of addressing the incident directly, his attention turned toward Jaidyn Alexis, his other child's mother, and someone many expected to remain neutral during such a sensitive moment. Blueface accused Jaidyn of being disloyal, implying she was siding with public critics or staying silent when she should have defended him. Or Chrisean. His posts were sharp, emotional, and laced with frustration, suggesting that tensions behind the scenes were far worse than what fans had previously assumed. This unexpected shift stunned many followers. Instead of presenting a united front for the sake of the child, Blueface's response exposed deep fractures between the adults involved. Some fans questioned why energy was being spent on online arguments rather than reassuring the public about Junior's safety. But Blueface wasn't finished. In a separate series of statements, he appeared to issue a warning to Stunna, a name familiar to fans who follow the extended circle around the drama. While the exact meaning of the warning was vague, the tone was unmistakably serious. Blueface implied that lines had been crossed and that certain people needed to stay in their lane. This added yet another layer to the controversy. What initially looked like a parenting scare had now expanded into a multi-front conflict involving personal relationships, loyalty disputes, and public threats, all playing out in real time for millions to see. Meanwhile, concern for Chrisean Jr. continued to grow. Many viewers weren't interested in the adult drama at all. Their focus stayed locked on one question: is the child okay? Without official updates or clear statements, speculation filled the silence. Supporters begged people to stop spreading fear, while critics argued that transparency was necessary given the seriousness of the situation. The CPS rumors only fueled the fire, whether true or not. The idea that authorities might step in turned the situation from internet chaos into potential real-world consequences. For Chrisean, that meant facing not just judgment, but the possibility of legal and parental scrutiny. At the same time, others warned against mob behavior. Several commentators reminded audiences that falsely reporting CPS or harassing parents online can do real harm. They urged restraint, caution, and compassion, especially when children are involved. But in the world of viral drama, calm voices often get drowned out. As the night went on, hashtags trended, reaction videos multiplied, and opinions hardened. Some demanded accountability. Others demanded privacy. And nearly everyone agreed on one thing: this situation had gone far beyond entertainment. What happens next could change everything. Will CPS actually step in? Or was it another case of internet hysteria? Will Chrisean address the incident directly and provide reassurance? And will Blueface's public callouts only make matters worse, or force uncomfortable truths into the open? Because one thing is clear: this wasn't just a fall caught on live. It was the moment years of tension, criticism, and unresolved conflict collided. And the fallout is only just beginning. As the fallout from Chrisean Jr.'s on-camera fall continued to spread, the conversation shifted from shock to consequences. Online outrage doesn't just burn hot, it escalates fast. Within hours, what started as concern turned into coordinated calls for action, with many viewers openly discussing reporting Chrisean, Rock to Child Protective Services, and encouraging others to do the same. This is where the situation crossed a dangerous line. CPS isn't a trending topic, it's a life-altering system designed to intervene in cases of real and ongoing harm. But on social media, that distinction often gets lost. Users began treating CPS like a tool for accountability, not realizing that mass reporting, especially without verified information, can create chaos for families and overwhelm already strained systems. Still, supporters of intervention argued the opposite. They claimed this wasn't about punishment, but protection. In their view, Chrisean's highly public lifestyle, combined with a long list of past controversies, justified serious concern. To them, the live fall wasn't a one-off accident. It was the final straw. The absence of immediate clarification from Chrisean only intensified suspicion in viral culture. Silence rarely buys time. It fuels narratives. With no clear update on Chrisean Jr.'s condition, speculation filled the gap. Some commenters insisted the baby must be injured. Others accused Chrisean of hiding information to avoid consequences. Meanwhile, defenders pushed back, calling the accusations reckless and cruel. This divide exposed a larger issue. How much access does the public have to influence our parents' private lives? Chrisean Rock built her brand on rawness, letting fans see every breakdown, argument, and emotional high. But that same openness has now become a double-edged sword. When you invite the world into your life, the world feels entitled to judge it. And when children are involved, judgment turns ruthless. While CPS chatter dominated timelines, Blueface escalated matters in a completely different direction. His fractured relationship with Jaidyn Alexis. Many expected Jaidyn to publicly defend him or Chrisean, or at least urge calm. Instead, her perceived silence became a problem. Blueface took that personally. In a series of emotional posts, he accused Jaidyn of betrayal, suggesting she was more concerned with public perception than family loyalty to fans. This felt like a misdirected attack, rather than addressing fears surrounding his son's safety. Blueface appeared more focused on internal beef. Critics questioned his priorities, asking why parental unity wasn't the focus during such a sensitive moment. Supporters, however, saw a man overwhelmed, lashing out under pressure. The truth may sit somewhere in between. Blueface has long used social media, as his primary outlet not for calm explanations but for confrontation. This time was no different. His posts hinted at deeper resentment between him and Jaidyn, resurfacing old wounds about trust, co-parenting, and public image. And then there was Stunna. Though details remained vague, Blueface's warning carried weight. The message suggested someone within the circle may have been stirring the pot, leaking information, or adding fuel to an already volatile situation. Fans speculated endlessly about what prompted the threat. Was it about loyalty? Money? Access? Loyalty? Money? Access? Or influence over Chrisean? Whatever the reason, the warning signaled that tensions weren't just online, they were personal. Meanwhile, reaction channels went into overdrive. YouTube creators, bloggers and live streamers dissected every post, pause and facial expression. Some framed themselves as advocates for child safety. Others leaned into shock value, pushing extreme narratives for clicks. In this ecosystem, truth often becomes secondary to engagement. And the louder the outrage, the harder it is to step back. Mental health professionals and parenting advocates tried to introduce nuance, reminding audiences that accidents happen and that public shaming can do lasting damage, especially when parents are already struggling. They warned that constant surveillance creates fear. Not better parenting, but nuance doesn't trend. What does trend is fear, anger, and moral outrage, especially when wrapped in concern for a child. As the hours turned into days, the question shifted again. What happens if CPS really does get involved? For Chrisean, that would mean intense scrutiny, interviews, home evaluations, and ongoing monitoring. Even if no wrongdoing is found, the process itself can be traumatic. For public figures, it's even worse, because every step risks being leaked or misinterpreted. Supporters begged for restraint. Critics demanded accountability. And through it all, Chrisean Jr. remained at the center of a storm he never chose. This moment exposed a hard truth about influencer culture. When your life is content, crisis becomes currency. Every reaction, every breakdown, every mistake is amplified and monetized, often by people who claim to care. And yet, genuine concern does exist. Many viewers aren't trolls. They're parents themselves projecting fear onto what they saw. Others have lived through neglect and recognize familiar warning signs. Their reactions come from experience, not malice. The problem is that social media collapses all motives into one loud noise as pressure continues to mount. All eyes are on what Chrisean and Blueface do next. Will they step back from social media? Will they issue a calm, unified statement? Or will this spiral further into public blame and private consequences? Because at this point, the internet isn't just watching anymore, it's demanding answers. And the cost of silence is rising by the minute, as the storm over Chrisean Jr.'s fall continued to rage online. The consequences of the incident began to crystallize. What started as a fleeting moment on Instagram Live had evolved into a full-blown public crisis, one that impacted not just Chrisean Rock, but everyone closely tied to her family, including Blueface, Jaidyn Alexis, and even associates like Stunna. The first and most immediate impact was on Chrisean herself. Social media users criticized every aspect of her parenting, dissecting her past controversies alongside the live incident. For influencers, public perception is currency, and in this case, it was devalued almost instantly. Brand deals, collaborations, and sponsorships can be fragile, and the combination of viral outrage and CPS speculation could have tangible financial repercussions. Blueface's response added another layer of complexity. Instead of issuing a calm, clarifying statement, he chose to publicly call out Jaidyn Alexis while also warning Stunna, making the entire conflict more personal and more volatile. Fans were split. Some applauded him for defending his family, while others criticized him for prioritizing disputes over the child's safety. This division highlights a recurring problem in publicized family drama. Loyalty battles often overshadow practical steps to ensure the child's well-being. Meanwhile, the chatter about CPS involvement, whether accurate or speculative, amplified the tension. For Chrisean, the mere hint of official scrutiny likely increased stress and pressure on her day-to-day life. Families in the public eye often face this dual reality. Private issues become public spectacle, and every misstep is magnified. For viewers, this raises ethical questions. When is concern genuine, and when does it slip into harassment or mob behavior? The public fallout also demonstrated a larger trend in influencer culture. Accidents and personal moments are no longer private. A split-second fall, captured live, can generate thousands of comments, shares, and reaction videos. This instant virality forces parents like Chrisean to navigate their private responsibilities under a global microscope. The emotional toll is enormous, particularly when compounded by online attacks, false reports, and threats of intervention amid the chaos. The focus inevitably turns back to Chrisean Jr. fans. Commentators and critics alike agree that, regardless of past controversies, the child's safety should remain paramount. Some viewers offered support and advice, urging calm and caution rather than judgment. Others speculated endlessly, creating a tension-filled environment for a toddler who likely has no understanding of the digital storm surrounding him. Long-term, this incident may reshape public perception of the family. For Chrisean, rebuilding trust with viewers and potential collaborators could require transparency, accountability, and a demonstrable commitment to her child's safety. Blueface may face scrutiny as well, especially regarding co-parenting decisions and the public airing of disputes. Meanwhile, the public debate about Jaidyn Alexis and Stunna illustrates how peripheral figures in influencer ecosystems can also be drawn into conflicts beyond their control. The fallout also sparks broader discussions about online culture and parenting. How much should viewers involve themselves in the lives of influencers' children? Where is the line between concern and harassment? And, importantly, how should parents balance the pressures of being online personalities with the real-world responsibility of raising a child? These are questions without easy answers. But the incident involving Chrisean Jr. forces the conversation into the spotlight. Finally, one key takeaway is the power of the internet to escalate minor incidents into major controversies. A few seconds on a live stream became a headline story, a viral debate, and a topic that could involve law enforcement, all in less than 24 hours. For families in the public eye, it is a stark reminder of the fragility of privacy and the speed at which narratives can spiral out of control. As of now, the situation remains unresolved in the eyes of the public. Fans are watching for updates from Chrisean, Blueface, and others involved. What is clear, however, is that this incident will likely leave a lasting mark on Chrisean Jr., on his parents, and on how the online community discusses child safety in influencer culture. Whether lessons are learned, trust is rebuilt, or online tension continues to escalate, one fact is undeniable. Chrisean Jr.'s fall was more than a viral moment. It was a wake-up call about the intersection of family, fame, and responsibility. And in today's digital world, that intersection is only getting more complicated. The drama surrounding Chrisean Jr.'s live fall has left fans divided and the internet buzzing. But what do you think about everything that happened? Should Chrisean Rock face more scrutiny for her parenting, or was this just an unfortunate accident? And where does Blueface's public call out of Jaidyn Alexis and warning to Stunna fit into the story? Protective or unnecessary? We want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below, sharing your opinion. But remember to keep it respectful. This is about a child's safety and family dynamics, not personal attacks. Did the internet overreact, or was public concern justified? How do you feel about influencers sharing their private lives so openly? And should there be boundaries when children are involved? If you enjoyed this breakdown and want the latest updates on the Chrisean Rock and Blueface saga, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. We cover every viral moment, controversy, and behind-the-scenes drama, giving you the full story without the rumors. Let's start the conversation. Comment your take. Share this video with friends and let us know what should happen next for Chrisean Jr.'s family.